Presentations are indeed a widely used, yet one of the most misunderstood forms of communication. Presentation is a tool that sets the standard for showcasing our work, and it is widely used by educators, students, business professionals, investment bankers, researchers, and the list goes on and on. Apart from managing this YouTube channel and my public speaking gigs, I also run a full-time research and strategic consulting company where a part of my work is to create research reports, investor presentations, and pitch books. According to a survey by Prezi, around 79% of respondents said that they have fallen asleep or lost interest during a presentation. That's why in this video I bring about 7 tips that will help you create a better presentation and will help you engage with your audience in a better fashion. And from my past 10 to 12 years of experience as a presentation creator, I've brought about all of those experiences in this video. Every 7 tip is really important, so please stay till the end. You might not know what will be useful for you. So let's begin with the first one. The first tip is planning an outline for your presentation. Remember the time when you had to go to a road trip? You knew where you had to go, what the map you have to follow, what directions you have to take, what stops you have to take. That's exactly the kind of plan you need to follow when starting with the presentation. You need to know what your main points will be, what will be the sub points under those main points, how many slides you have, where all you will put graphics, where all you will put more of text, and so on. Take for example this presentation. My team and I made this for a Chicago-based technology company. The topic of the presentation is the digital signage industry. How I outlined this PPT is by dividing it into 3 large points: industry overview, market segmentation, and competitive analysis. And then further dividing those 3 large points such as competitive analysis into strategic mapping, company profiling, and competitors matrix. Tip number 2. Selecting a color palette. When you have outlined your presentation, you need to select a template for your presentation as a next step. Do you know what ties everything in a presentation? It's the colors. The color template is a combination of 3 to 4 colors that go very well along with each other, that gel very well with each other, look very well with each other. Let's take a look at this AdTech PPT. The prime colors of my PPT are light blue, dark blue, black, and white. See how in the entire PPT I have used these 4 colors. If you're using Microsoft PowerPoint, it comes along with the definite color palette feature. But if you're not using Microsoft PowerPoint, there are many other options such as Adobe Spark for some color palette magic. Tip number 3, make use of powerful graphics. Now let's make your ideas pop. Instead of drowning your audience in words, make sure that you're using interesting graphics and images that will engage your audience in a better fashion. It's like when you show someone a photograph, instead of writing text and explaining the photograph in a textual form. For data presentations, skip the boring tables and go for pie charts, line charts, bar charts, and so on. Take a look at this digital signage PPT again. Now see how in slide number 4 I have used icons, images, attractive graphics to show my points. Now see in the AdTech PPT slide number 10, using a pie chart I have shown the key market players of the industry. Tip number 4, and something that I learned in my first job 12 years ago, graph conciseness. When dealing with charts and graph, show variations in the numbers for improved visibility. For instance, when plotting on a graph, contemplate initiating the axis with the number from where the plot is starting. Take for example this graph. On the y-axis, you will see that the numbers are starting from 4, yet the axis is starting from 0. Now see this chart. The numbers are starting from 4, so I have started the axis from 4. The second chart is looking better, right? Because of the amount of variation that the graph is capturing. This makes your data stand out and captures your audience's attention. Tip number 5, controlling the amount of text. We all have witnessed at some point of time in our life a text-heavy presentation, but we all know that we don't want to go through that. The principle that we need to follow over here is 7 by 7. So in every slide, we should not have more than 7 bullet points, and each bullet point shouldn't have more than 7 words. I would suggest you never write information in a paragraph, always use bullet points, and even those bullet points, make sure that you don't make them long, make them as short, explaining the same points in fewer words. Take a look at the slide number 9 of the digital signage PPT. See how using minimal text, I've conveyed the same idea while also making sure the slide looks attractive. Tip number 6, incorporating data-backed insights. That means any kind of a data in your presentation, if it is backed by relevant and credible sources, that makes your presentation looks more authentic. According to a report by the research company Nielsen, presentations that have data-backed insights are 30% more engaging for the audience. For example, if you're discussing market opportunity, make sure that you include relevant statistics such as the forecast rate, the growth rate, the market share of the players, and that too from credible sources. This not only adds a layer of authenticity to your presentation, but also provides your audience with tangible evidence, making your message more convincing. Take a look at slide 22 of the digital signage PPT. I have added a graphical image and have added a source to show its authenticity and that it is research backed from a credible source. The last one, and yet a very important one, tip number 7, is maintaining visual consistency. When creating a presentation, make sure that the font style, font size, color palettes are all consistent across all the slides. This gives a professional and a polished look to your presentation. According to a survey by WISME, 94% of respondents agreed that consistent visuals are essential for effective communication. Make sure that the same style of graphics, icons, formatting is used. This not only improves the aesthetics of the presentation, but also improves data absorption. That means the amount of data that the reader or the viewer can make out from your presentation. Take a look at slide 16 and 17 of the digital signage PPT, and then 18, 19 and 20, and you will see that there is so much of consistency being followed in these slides. These 7 tips are not only coming from my 10 years of experience as a researcher and as a presenter, but also from the research that I currently did very recently on this topic. I hope you found these 7 tips useful, and if you're struggling with anything about PowerPoint presentation or are looking for more tips around in this area, please do let me know in the comment section. Please do subscribe to this channel. It really motivates me to prepare more of such videos.